I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
Become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
We have live.
We have live.
We have a live.
We make
yes.
live stream on internet
We
radio
make-
pirate signal.
We make it live timing.
Good morning. Hello. Welcome to the morning show. Good morning. No G's. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna do the whole show like this.
Hello, everybody.
Everybody, welcome to Pantelis comedy.com. On the YouTubes, we make content for telling about. I can't do this anymore. George, you okay?
Yeah, that was tough.
We're all having a rough morning.
That was tough.
We haven't slept well. It's Wednesday. It's just like a weird part of the year, which is like this whole part of the year feels like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like raining kind of. It makes me sleepy and the ground is crunchy
Yeah, and
because
then
it can kill you.
You know what else is crunchy?
YouTube launched new protocols. We can't say anything overtly vulgar in the first 30 seconds or we're not getting any plays. Okay? I'm trying to behave myself. I also thought maybe today we won't do the plugs because I feel like everyone who tunes in live from the beginning, they know who we are. Maybe we'll surprise them later midway through the show for people who just dropped in.
No, but this is
But
for
I
new
will
listeners.
say this much. There's no new listeners who are tuning in live from the very get-go.
Look, man, how about you shut your damn mouth?
Look, man, come down here.
No, but
She
what
come
if
down
you
there.
get like new listeners?
George, I said what you want.
I think we should do the plugs. I like the plugs.
Yeah,
I like
of
the
course
plugs
you
too.
do.
It's
Do you like the
it's-
plug?
You know
like
who
to
else
have
likes
you have
plugs?
gems on your plugs,
Oh,
you?
Jesus Christ.
I see you know what I'm referencing.
You know, if only people could listen to what we talk about or what you guys talk about or mostly what this guy talks about before he presses the live button.
I mean, we didn't say much of anything today. I was rapping.
I like
You
the
were
plugs.
rapping.
I like the plugs that are attached to a string and it's multiple plugs.
Beads?
Yeah,
Those are called beads.
beads plugs
Bead plugs.
by Dre.
Good morning.
Beads by Dre. You put them in the like little mini subwoofers.
How
21.
how is this happening?
Do something for me. That's a butt flex, not a rich flex.
Shit.
Anyways.
Patreon.com/Pantelis to get more of this nonsense.
Patreon.com/Pantelis. I'm Phil Balabanos. That's George Chickadee Chan. Dre's also the man from Brossard, the newsman, the producer of the show.
By the
Term
way,
used so lightly.
Speaking of
Patreon.
Patreon.com/Pantelis,
Yeah.
last Club Zeus we did.
Club
it was,
Zeus.
It was a doozy. It was a doozy.
It was a doozy?
very
brought it
fun.
back. I'm glad you
very
brought that
fun.
one
Yeah, I
back.
thought that was
A
done.
lot of secrets were shared. No, it was never done. It was just
Is it
time
still
went.
the same trio plus you?
Yes.
Who,
These guys.
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I really like my little sweater that
Yeah.
you gave me. It's so subtle. It's nice. It's a comfy sweater.
It's
They
nice.
are
Good for
very
them.
they are very funny.
I enjoy
and I
their
like
they're
content.
very good. Yeah, yeah.
There's
They,
some commentaire. We do it with Jacob,
Jacobo.
Jacobo, and
Jacobo Espian and
Emil
and
Khoury.
yeah, you have to speak it in squiggly lines though. Hootie. Like that.
Yeah, funny dudes. They have a great
What's
little French
wrong,
podcast.
George? What's wrong?
I'm just adding a little bit of sauce.
It's not the
You-
adding stuff.
no,
it's
you're-
the
Your ad libs.
you like exhaled while you were. You're like, oh fuck.
You know what ad libs are?
Fuck, a good podcast.
He's ad libs.
Do it. Yeah. Spinning. Yeah, I know what ad libs are. I watch TikTok.
You know what I
I was waiting for it. I was like, okay,
Oh, I talked too loud. I popped my eardrum.
you know
Yeah.
what I started doing a couple days ago. I
Can
went
you get him
back.
some water, please, before he fucking dies?
I went to. I didn't go. I didn't go anywhere.
Bring me one also.
I started watching The
Don't
Office
say
again.
Yellowstone. Oh, okay. Because everybody keeps stopping me to be like, "You watching Yellowstone?"
A lot of people have told me that, but I keep forgetting that they mentioned it.
care.
So every time I want to watch something, it's not even a thought.
Yeah.
But I started watching The Office again. I had watched it like a while back.
I've never watched it straight through. I've
It's
watched
so fucking
episodes.
funny,
Yeah,
man. That
it
show is so
funny.
great.
Have you ever seen Community?
You had told me about it. I started
Fucking-
watching it. I think I got into the second season or
It's
something
so
like that.
good. I mean, it's just such a fucking. It's such a simple. You turn it on, you're gonna laugh for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
But then, like, a bunch of stuff happened with Harmon and Chevy Chase, and the whole show kind of fell apart. Then Glover became Childish Gambino, like, actually famous.
Right.
So he kind of went off to sail the world. I think that's how they wrote him off. It's so random.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
get
just,
that far.
it's a great show, especially if you love, like, 90s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s movies.
Yeah.
There's so many good cult, like, meta references.
There's so many things about Chevy Chase, like that I've been hearing lately about how bad he is as a person
Chevy Chase.
and how horrible he is to work with.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I've heard a bunch of stuff about a bunch of different actors. You never know, right? I was reading about what's his name? I can't remember his name. Not Sutherland. The other old guy. He's Canadian. Anyways, I can't remember, so I won't go down
What
this path.
movie has he been in?
Yeah, fuck it. It's not worth it. But just that he'll only do 3 takes. I just can't remember who it is. He'll
And
only do
that's
3
it.
takes. He's like, you better get what you need because I can deliver it.
This is a big actor.
Yeah, like a Shakespearean trained actor. I just can't remember his name right now. Like, I can't even remember his face. I'm like blanked. All I can think of is Donald Sutherland, but it's not him. Only because I was watching Three Pines. I was talking about it last
Hold on,
week,
let's
remember?
let's take a look.
And I realized that one of the leads, because he had this like familiar face, but I couldn't place him. And I knew he was Canadian. He's one of the Sutherlands.
Somebody said John Malkovich.
He's not Canadian.
John Malkovich. That's my John Malkovich. No, Sutherland's Canadian. They're from Toronto.
No, John Malkovich.
No, John Malkovich is John. He's from another planet. John Malkovich is from somewhere
He's not
else.
fucking normal. I love him.
I love
He's
John
good.
Malkovich. Yeah,
he's good.
I love the cadence in his voice. I don't think I'm doing it well. I'm trying.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
better than my walking. You don't want to. Have you ever heard that? It's from one of the late night shows where he does this thing. He goes, "I show up at a party with Christopher Walken, and I have an auto." I think it's Segura who tells the story. I'm gonna mangle it. And he starts the car as Walken's walking to the car, and he goes, "Whoa, chase me." To the car.
What?
I was like, what the fuck? He must do the best drugs. Yeah. So Christopher Plummer, thank you. Who's that? Guido.
it's,
It's Guido.
oh,
Thank
it's
you, Guido.
Guido. Of course Guido
I guess
knows.
we
It
watched the
has to
same.
be Guido.
I've
Well,
never
you
seen.
don't-
No, hold on. I've never seen Guido in the chat in the morning.
Yeah,
It's early.
He's usually there. He's
It's
usually
rare,
there.
but
Thanks, Guido.
He's got his life in order. He's a new Guido. What did I want to say? Well, it's usually the craziest that are the most talented.
I mean, there's talent in psychosis. There's definitely something. There's a
100%.
line that you know. It's totally.
Yeah.
Some of the best actors I've ever worked with are some of the wackiest human beings to be around. Like, I would pay money to work with them again. Hanging out with them is tricky though. Like, it's a lot.
I'm
They're
trying to think,
big,
I'm trying to
big
think of who you're
characters.
referring to, but
I
don't think I know.
mean, you don't know every actor I've ever worked with. You know some. I won't name anyone.
No,
'cause
no, I know.
I feel like
I'm just going back.
I feel
to
like
the
it's a
project.
backhanded compliment. Like, I'm saying they're talented, but they're psychos. You know.
No, you don't have to say names, but I'm just going back to the projects that you've done, and I'm like, the people that were
Poseidon,
normal.
can you do me a favor?
See.
Can you reframe me so that this can be my center? Because I'm very comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Dirty
Yeah, there's a
whore.
line. Talent and madness, for sure. What were we talking about before this? I don't remember. Did he go to the main cam and then wow, look at that gut jiggle. Woo!
Dude, man.
Wow. Yeah, so I watched the premiere. I watched the premiere of The Last of Us.
What is
Or
that?
Last of Us? Is it The Last of Us? The video game. It's kind of zombies, but not really. Guys, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say it. I don't know what the rest of the series is gonna be like. I'm gonna wait for it to do its run so I can watch it one shot because it feels like it merits it. But holy shit, some of the most captivating TV I've seen in a long time.
Last of Us. Who?
Really? That good?
I don't know
is
the
it
vid-
ringing a
I didn't
bell?
play. It was a video game. It was a huge video
I
game.
played the first one a little bit. Very difficult. I have to get back into it. It's about zombies. And no, they're zombies.
They're not really zombies.
Well, they're
though.
tickers. They're a different kind of breed of zombies.
I mean, look, classic zombie 101 movie rule. No one ever calls them zombies. Obviously, you never say the word zombie in a zombie movie. unless you're being meta. It's just one of those unwritten rules.
So what do they call them?
Nothing. They always have a name for them. But the
Well,
genre
this
is-
one's tickers.
I haven't gotten that deep into it, so I don't
they're
know.
blind. They're blind. So they take the
Like echolocation.
like they go.
Is that Last of Us? No, that's something else.
That's The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, it's a spore infection that spreads.
It is
Like,
a spore infection,
Oh, okay.
100%.
Maybe I just haven't gone that. Again, never played the game, but the cold open is phenomenal. It's like it sets up the series beautifully, and it's the brother from the Mummy. I can remember the actor's name. Remember the brother? He's always getting into trouble in the Mummy trilogy. No, anyways, he's a British actor, and so the setup is nice. The cold open's great, beautiful little setup, and then it starts. And it's playing out, you're getting into the characters. You get deeply invested in two of the characters. And then the end of the first act, my wife looks over and she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I haven't taken a breath in 6 minutes." Like, it was so well paced,
Where is
so
this?
well directed on the internet, George.
Yeah, where are you watching
Crave.
this?
It's an
Crave.
HBO series. Yeah, it's a mini series.
Of course HBO made it well.
Like I'm a big zombie geek. Like I love zombies. I love the genre. And I haven't felt this excited about a show since I watched the pilot for The Walking Dead, where I was like, "What is happening? This is phenomenal."
Bro, George could
I stopped
not
watching
give
The Walking
more than
Dead.
2 shits right now. The look on his face.
No, it's just
No,
that
George is not. He's not in a like a Zama Fu kind of vibe. He's in a "Why am I here? Why do I exist?" kind of vibe. Like, am I real anymore?
What is happening?
I used to have hair on Office, and I made good money. Look at me now.
What is life?
What is life? What kind of stories you got for us today?
Yes.
What time is it? It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that fucking
The lady cop.
sexy cop, bro.
I don't know.
I
You
was
have
gonna
it?
open with that.
Okay,
one.
let's
Of
do
course.
it. Let's go down to
You have a clip?
Tennessee.
hold
There's
on.
a clip?
Of course, there's a clip on the
Like
carrier.
body cam footage.
No. From
What
a
are you talking about?
Those guys that.
Oh, he's talking about the officer of the year.
Okay. So let's do
But
that one
let's do
first.
yours. We don't have details. Do yours first.
This was in Texas, right?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Whiskey.
let's go, 'cause
No, he doesn't have the story.
Okay,
do the
okay.
stuff you
I
have.
just brought it up. Tennessee cops, including married female officer, fired after repeated wild sex romps. A small Tennessee police station has been rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers. 6, not 5.
At the same time?
I don't know. Including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports.
Illicit on-duty liaisons.
Yes.
Ooh, I shouldn't
Officer
whistle into the
Megan
mic, I'm
Hall
sorry.
and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades. This means gangbang. That included sending dirty pictures,
Honestly, sometimes he says dumb shit, but I don't think he's being dumb this time. He's probably right.
taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party.
Okay,
and
well,
even
that's
having,
not on the duty. That's not on duty.
and
that's
even
on booty.
having oral sex with 2 officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station.
You're just blowing dudes in the shop.
Damn.
Wow.
The steamy shenanigans.
The memes are fire, by the way, Jorge. I have seen them. That's all I've known about this story. Like, I got surface info from basically puberty on Instagram. Like, that's where my information came. This is a crazy story.
It is.
I mean,
is
it's
wild.
not like... aside from the fact that it's adultery and it's misappropriation and misuse of public funds because she's on the job...
She looks so innocent. It's always the fucking
This
innocent
reminds me,
looking. Hold on.
yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
take a look and see how innocent this dumb bitch looks.
She does look like a child.
Bro, she looks super, but it's always the innocent.
I would
ones
never expect...
That'll
Like, I mean, you're
fucking
judging a book by its
swallow
cover,
your
right?
entire.
Stop it. It's the morning show. I mean, look, some books can be judged by their cover. Mein Kampf, for example.
Yeah.
This one, not so much. I guess. I mean, this is pretty... What is that ad of a naked guy walking around?
What the fuck
An
is
Indiana father was arrested after his 4-year-old son captured. There's been some wild news stories
Yo,
lately.
dude,
I
I'm
feel like the
telling
COVID news cycle has slowed finally, and we've gone back to like Florida man arrested for being naked while having sex with donkey. You know, like we're back in that era.
But I'm not surprised by this. I'll explain to you why.
Smells like this just thing. This story.
Women-
You know what I mean? Not the morning show.
Women who are in the force or women who are
On
military.
the force.
Women
The
who
force
are-
was in her. In
Oh,
this
yes, there
instance,
you
yeah.
go. Women who are on the force and when the force is in them.
Don't try to rib on my joke. Keep going. Make your
and
point.
and women who are military are very well known to be very sexually promiscuous and very.
I don't know
horny
if that's
women.
a statistical fact, a truth of the world. I don't know. I've
I
never
can attest to
known
this.
a lady cop.
and women that train in general.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a point there.
It's true,
George,
no,
tell me about this hot pursuit that
Don't
happened
believe
in
me.
our frigid city.
Oh yes.
I sent you go on Twitter. I sent
It was
you,
all over the place. Like
It was
people
all
were
over.
acting as though we had like.
You know why? Because things like this don't really happen in Montreal. We don't get.
They
and
don't.
thankfully, it's a good thing.
Also,
Oh, her husband is sticking by her. What a loser.
maybe they
What a loser.
maybe they have like a dom sub
Maybe it's an
relationship.
open relationship,
It's like a
man.
cuck
Yeah,
thing. He
maybe-
likes watching her get.
Still a loser.
Whatever, it's their business.
To each their own.
Maybe they're doing like a role play, like a Black Lives Matter role play thing.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
So yeah, so when these things actually do happen in Montreal, it becomes big news, and especially like how often do you see a police chase? In
Bro, I mean, I
Montreal?
grew up in Côte des Neiges, so regularly.
Really?
I mean, pretty
I've
regular.
never seen one,
I've seen a
and
few.
rarely have I even heard of.
And foot chases are the best because someone's gonna fall down, like always.
But like we're gonna show the clip.
I'll put my
and
Twitter, and this is the first thing I see.
Oh my god! What the?
You didn't show that on.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So
I didn't know you were into the trans ladies.
because I saw the clip and immediately I thought I'll let you guys watch it and then I'll see
I mean,
what
I've
you
seen
guys
it, but
think.
go ahead. It seems like the dumbest escape plan ever.
No, but see, so these are kids. They
But
they
it worked,
robbed
didn't
they robbed the cell phone store. I don't know. They got a bunch of cell phones or
It's
whatever.
always the cell phone
There was a
store.
chase on the carry.
Hold on.
And then they crashed their car, or the car stopped.
They abandoned it, I think.
Yeah, they abandoned the car
Because there was traffic in Decari. That's why I don't
Well, the
use it
cop.
as a
Let's
getaway.
see. Look. If you rewind, where is it?
It hasn't started
This is
yet,
the
George.
beginning.
No, it's not the beginning.
Enhance.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm having issues. I'm
yeah?
having major issues. People can't see the fucking screen.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's black. I see that here.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, guys. So, watch it on your own, and then we'll talk about it after.
no, I got it. I
Okay.
got it.
Let's see. Have you produced the solution?
No, hold on. One moment.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
Don't yell, bro. You don't have to yell.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I got it. Okay.
Anyway, so the cop obviously blocks the highway. These guys start running and look at.
Are they dragging one of the officers? Yeah.
Go back. Go from the beginning.
That was the beginning, right?
No, there wasn't.
Which part do you wanna
Oh,
see?
okay, because I've seen a longer clip when they start running out of the car.
Yeah, but CBC doesn't know how
they
to
chopped
edit.
it up. Like it's the wrong clip. And but this. Oh, actually, no. Keep wait. It's gonna show it again. I
Calm
think.
down.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
So they've abandoned the car.
So it's right
They get out
behind
of
that
the car,
taxi
yeah.
thing. Whatever.
Was that a
they rent.
Hyundai Tiburon?
I don't know. So
Type
you have the cop there.
All right, and she just goes down her, huh?
This is why you can't have lady cops. They're banging the force. They can't stop bad guys. Like,
No, I think it's a dude.
No, it's a girl.
Oh, it's a lady, yeah.
It's a girl.
I mean, look, you're gonna commit a crime. I get you're dumb, and if you're robbing a cell phone place, you can't be that bright
isn't
anyways.
that. The question is this, and it's tough to say from this clip. It just feels that cops today aren't in the shape that the cops were in.
Are you fat shaming that lady officer,
No,
George?
I'm not.
What is happening?
It just feels like cops used to be like top athletes, sort of thing. Like it's like you don't mess with them. You
What
wouldn't
decade
really-
are you
it's true.
talking
He's
about?
absolutely right.
I don't
Though.
know, 90s,
You mean
80s, 90s.
So the guys who were smoking a pack of fucking Rothmans a day were
Maybe
top
that-
athletes?
maybe that's what it
Let me
takes.
tell you the difference. Then, in that period of time, up until I'd say 6-7 years ago, most criminals knew that if they were pursued, they'd probably get shot. But now the police are way more, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're way less likely to open fire.
Yeah.
Like, we're not there.
And look, again,
But-
I'm not here to judge. Like, I've worked with the police, and they're amazing people. But
See, Olga says it. She's checking out cops all the time, and they're in tip-top shape.
really okay,
Yeah.
because I've seen some that are not. And it's questionable because you're wondering, once they get into the force, is there a criteria?
I mean, I'm sure they have to do annual physicals of some
That's
kind.
doubtful because I'm sure you've seen the cops
I've
that
seen
I've
some
seen.
fat-ass
They're like
cops.
fucking, no
But
offense,
once you're
bro,
like
but
a
they're the size of
sergeant and you
Poseidon.
have a desk job,
Yeah, okay, you don't need to be on the field, but I'm saying the guys that are out, I don't know, man. I know for a fact
I think
that
you're being very ableist right now.
no, man. It's a question that I have because I know for a fact that both women and men they follow the exact same training. There's no exception. Like it's not like you're a woman, you're a woman cop, you're gonna train like less laps or do less swimming or
You
whatever.
can't say woman cop. It's kind of disrespectful.
lady
They're
cop.
officettes.
Office sets.
Yeah.
So anyways, they do the exact same
Officers.
training, and I didn't
And they
know
belong
that.
in the kitchenette.
But when I found that out, I was really impressed. I'm like, wow, shit. Okay, good for them because obviously
By that standard of the definition, that, like if the criteria is correct, what you're stating, the women on the force must be in better shape than the
Exactly.
men.
They have
They
to
ha-
train
they must
harder,
be, yeah.
of course. Unless they bring the level lower so that they can all
don't
compete on the
think-
equal playing field. I doubt it, though. But
Dominating competition.
No,
who wins?
The training the training is really
No, yeah,
is
I
really
know, I know.
challenging. It's very hard.
My father used to work with the SPVM when I was a kid. It was like his favorite job. He used to bring me in. We knew all the cops in the area because he used to work for, what was it called? Tandem. Remember Tandem?
yeah, yeah.
The houses, it's like a neighborhood watch thing. He used to do like education with the police. He would go to like schools and whatever.
Yeah.
But these new
And he
cops.
used to dress like he was an off-duty cop, but he wasn't. It's always funny. He had like a leather bomber, like a black tie. Very 80s, you know?
funny.
I love finding pictures of him from that era.
So yeah, so I
But
know
these
the
new
training.
cops love to participate in a harem.
You know what?
A harem.
A harem?
Yeah, because you said tandem harem.
Okay. Fucking shit.
Weak sauce.
Yeah.
Weak sauce.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
that was weird.
so just go back. So the training is the same, and the question I always had, and especially when I see bigger police officers, whether they be men or women, I always wonder: is there a follow up? I mean, because clearly you passed the exam to become a cop, so you went
No,
through
obviously
that
to
training.
enter, you have to pass the physical.
Yeah, but then after that, fuck, don't you have to remain in shape? Like, look at this particular situation. How do you not catch them? Like, you're in a clear advantage.
I mean, they're 18 years old, running for their lives. They've got a boost of adrenaline that you do not have. And she did catch them, for the record, and they knocked her down.
And
It was slippery.
It's easy.
There
I
was
guess-
ice.
Yeah, let's say. I mean, it's easy
Okay.
to judge from our perspective here.
I want to
but,
see you fucking in lukewarm pursuit. Speaking of lukewarm pursuit, I
Yeah?
just remembered a joke I made about a year ago.
Yeah.
Remember my burglar?
Yeah, the lady.
Returned.
No way.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
caught her
true,
on
yeah.
camera yesterday. She
At
came
your
back and
place
tried
again?
to get in again.
What?
So now I'm at a crossroads.
She's sick, the lady, man.
I'm at a crossroads.
It's obviously a sickness.
She was arrested.
Again?
She was tried. No, then.
Oh, back then, yeah.
Released. And one of the conditions of her release was that there's like what's the term? A not restraining order, but she can't come within X meters of my home, right? Or she goes straight to jail. Straight to jail. So I don't know what to do now because like she's clearly not well. And she did steal from me. She didn't get in this time. Like the door was locked. It's fine. But like, what do I do now? Do I like? My wife's like, we should call the cops. I'm like, is an old lady gonna go to jail? I go, we should print because I have her name from the court papers, right? I want to print her photo on a piece of paper, write her name, and just write like, this is your last warning, and just stick it on my door. If she comes again and I never see her again, fair play. But if she sees it and then tries the door, like I'm calling the cops. But she was wearing really cool outfit. Like a really cool outfit. Like it wasn't her. She's stealing again.
Oh my
She's
God.
wearing like these crazy Jordans that were like indigo and like fluorescent.
How old would you say she is? Over 70, 75?
No. She looks like she's in her 60s, but it seems like she's had a rough go. So she's probably in her late 50s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
From the video that I saw, she looked much older.
She's seen some shit. Like, yeah. She's like, yeah. But she's not like homeless or anything. She has a.
Okay,
like,
because I thought that she was in her mid to late 70s, and I would
She's
be like,
not that
at
old.
that age, man. But in her
I was
50s,
supposed to go
fuck
to court
that,
as a
call the
witness,
cops.
and me and Anna were like, we're not gonna fucking lock this old lady away. Like, let the city deal with it. And the police.
So what happened?
We didn't go. We chose not to. We didn't have to. We
But they
chose
didn't
not
have
to.
Yeah, because you have the video evidence. So
We
they
have the
don't
video
need-
evidence. We're like, here's our video evidence. They're like, well, we can speak to the trauma it caused. I'm like, I don't want to get into this. Just here's the video.
Do what you want.
I'm
yeah.
good. Do what you need to do. But I'm not going to be the reason. I'm not going to go make a judge feel bad for me. Like, and she came back. The fucking bitch. I can't believe it.
Maybe she's not sick, man. Maybe she's just.
I don't know.
Kleptomaniac.
I don't know. What would you do?
I would call the cops.
Yeah, I probably should. Look, I'm going to give her a chance. If I see her again in the next 10 days, I'm calling the cops. We have a camera. I'll record it. Mind you, if I catch her on camera and it's live, I might just tell her over the microphone, like, if you come here again, I'm calling the cops. Because it was a lot of paperwork and shit.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
would
want to deal
just
with
beat the shit. No, never mind.
that. Look, if it was a young dude, let me tell you, there would be no morning show right now. I'd be posted up in a fucking ghillie suit under the snow, waiting for him. But it's an old lady. Like, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say, George, especially you. You're going to say equal rights, equol fights. I should knock that bitch on her ass. But I don't agree with that.
That does sound like something. George
Chivalry
would
is
say.
not dead, George.
my goodness.
Okay?
George is all for equality.
Yeah, him and his Bugatti.
Did you guys see what's her whatchamacallit being arrested in Jamane?
Who?
Oh, I had it in my news. Yeah, let's talk about that. Greta Thunberg, your favorite activist.
Apparently, it was set up. It wasn't real.
It wasn't a setup at all. She
They
was
arrested her
in-
for?
There's videos of her with the cops, and they're look. I'll show you.
Oh man!
Wait.
no.
What? Okay, let me get the story from George. So I want surface level.
The news that I got from La Presse was that she went to Germany to participate in a peaceful demonstration against the development of coal mine.
Coal mine?
Coal
Oh,
mine.
a coal mine. Okay, so I was
Yeah.
like, what's fucking coal mine?
Yeah, coal mine. And she was taken away by the cops.
She was
And-
illegally protesting.
Well, were they on the grounds? Were they outside? There's no details of that. It's
Look,
just that
I will show you 2 videos. Okay, I will
She was
show you
picked
2
up by the
videos.
cops.
Okay.
And of course, they were very careful with her because they know who she is, and she's getting a lot of media attention. So,
And she's a white girl, George.
I'm sure the cops didn't fucking because European cops, they have a whole other kind of mentality where
So I will show you this first.
If
they
it's
don't
brown,
shy
strike
away
it
from
down.
fucking
Yeah, if it's
nailing,
brown, strike
especially,
it down.
especially in England.
If it's black, send it back.
Those batons.
Remember that Simpsons joke about the water? If it's brown, drink it down.
Okay, so ready, man?
All right, she's smiling, but she's also autistic. Oh my God. That's how I carry my daughter to bed at night.
You are not alone. You're not alone.
Okay, Greta Thunberg has been removed from climate protest. I mean, I'm glad they didn't say forcibly.
No, she's collaborating
Who
well.
goes to a protest with a fanny pack? All right.
Okay, so this is the first video.
She seems very happy to be here.
This is the
Okay.
second video.
All right. Is there audio that I'm missing?
Yeah.
Oh,
So people are saying it was set up. It's not real.
That guy has blood on his face. No, that's just his eyebrows. Never mind.
or dirt.
So apparently they're saying it's a setup because they were taking pictures like this after they were posing.
I mean, that doesn't prove or disprove
No,
anything.
I don't think so.
I think one of the greatest pitfalls of modern society, like post-Twitter society, is that we truly haven't understood that just because a lot of times you're like, oh, it's a video, I see what's happening. You don't really know the truth of a video.
It's difficult
There
to
are so
understand.
many
Yeah, to
things
put it in context.
like even I'm not expressing this correctly. Just because you saw a video of something doesn't mean it is what it says it is. A photo is easily photoshopped, and I think most people know that. But once there's like video and a moving image, they're like, wow, it's clearly a video. It's not fake. I mean, it doesn't need to be fake to be misleading, right? Like, we don't have all the details. We don't know what was happening. We don't know what's beyond the frame. We know what's in the frame, and that's what whoever shot it wants us to see. Right there, objectivity is out the window. So, I remember.
So what do you guys think about that?
was another
What do you think,
fucking-
George?
I don't know what to make of it. I mean, she's Greta Thunberg.
one.
She's the most famous protester in the world. So, like, they're obviously not going to beat the shit out of her. They know better.
The look.
She's also a child and autistic. Is she still underage?
She's on the spectrum. I don't know. I think she is underage. Yeah, because 2 years ago when she came to Montreal, she was 14, right?
I don't know.
Was it 2 years ago?
I don't
3
keep
years
track
ago?
of her age.
Let me ask you: if some of the most brilliant scientists can't save the planet or change the climate crisis, if there really is one, let's say, right? How's the retard going to? No, I'm gonna stop.
Look, I don't have a problem with her. I mean, she's not the first, nor will she be the last activist.
Sorry, can I just say something? No one is pretending like we don't have a solution to the perceived threat, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the climate debate with you because I don't feel like losing brain cells.
Rosalie appreciated that.
We know if carbon emissions are the real culprit, we know how to stop it. But
Oh, I saw something very interesting the other day.
forget
Yeah,
it.
okay. He's in the middle of
I'm
something.
sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
Finish. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, I saw something. I saw a bird.
no.
other
A blue
day.
car. No. Go ahead. Finish. It's my ADD. It's my ADD. I'm sorry.
You don't have ADD. You're an intrusive thought.
My ADHD.
You are an intrusive thought. You don't have ADHD.
I have intrusive
Don't let the
thoughts.
algorithm trick you.
Oh.
Everybody thinks they have fucking adult ADHD now.
Jorge says she's
Okay.
21.
Finish what you were saying. Finish what you were saying.
Can you do something for me? Someone sent me that. My sister sent me that meme this morning. It's stuck in my head. So I've lost my train of thought because I don't remember what we were talking about.
You
Because
said-
intrusive Poseidon over here.
What were you saying?
Oh yeah, it's not that we don't have a solution
Yeah.
if that's the culprit. It's just that there's so much money at play that no one really wants to solve anything because they're short-sighted.
Yeah.
Right? So Greta Thunberg, her whole shtick is that we have to do drastic things. But most of the shit she wants to do, I mean, it's not actually
The thing that
Tangible.
The thing that I'm curious mostly about Greta Thunberg, and it's fine that and good for her. She's she believes in her cause, and she's gotten a lot of young people to kind of pay attention, which is okay whether you're for or against it. I mean, she's done that. The questions that I have is, who the hell is behind her? How much money is
I thought what's Soros' group called?
who?
George Soros.
I don't know.
I thought they fund all her activity.
I will tell you why all this is bulkaka.
Hold on, let me just finish because
yeah.
it's not just a girl out there doing whatever she wants to do.
She has backing.
There's a lot of PR. There's the social media stuff.
it's a massive
it's a
machine.
huge fucking thing, man. People
Looking into it.
There's been official reports that the ozone layer is actually healing.
Yes. I was going to talk about
Is
that
it?
last week. Yeah.
Yep.
We did it, guys. Captain Planet did it.
And I was going to bring it up because
That was like the big thing when we were kids, right? The ozone layer. We're fucked. We have no ozone layer.
but it's been
the
healing
reason
it-
why it made news over here is because
And it's gonna heal by 2066.
the protocol that they put in place to for whatever
All those
measures.
fucking toxic sprays we
It
used to
was
use.
after the 1985 or 84 UN meeting in Montreal on biodiversity,
Yeah.
which established a certain protocol, and they think because of that, if it continues the way it does, I can't remember until what year the ozone should be completely.
What caused it? Was sprays, right? Like aerosolized stuff. that was fucking it up. Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
it
so
was a
back-
carbon emission. Like it's a separate thing.
I don't think so. No.
But if the ozone layer heals, doesn't that mean that the greenhouse effect will happen faster because now it can't get out?
Exactly.
That seems like we did a bad thing. We should have left the hole there to vent.
Leave a hole.
We should have vented it.
But back to what's her name, Greta Thunberg. That's what I find fascinating more than anything. How there's a group of individuals, obviously adults, that have taken advantage of. I don't want to say sick. I mean, she's not sick, but she has a condition. Underage girl.
I don't think they're taking advantage of her because of her condition. Like I don't think it's facilitating that. I think her condition makes it easy to use her as a front person
man,
because
yeah,
she's
front
young
woman, yeah.
and she's on the spectrum. Which I mean, no one would be like, except for Poseidon, say like, "Oh fuck you, retard." That's a
Yeah.
ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So like, she's a great face for
Poster
their cause.
child.
A poster child. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
I didn't say fuck you. I didn't say fuck you, retard. By the way,
Maybe not today.
Not today.
I say it inside my head.
So yeah.
He's an intrusive thought. He doesn't have ADHD.
So I mean, you find me another 20-year-old that gets carried away by cops so calmly.
it was kind of cute.
No
like
stress. It's like, don't worry about it. My people will take care of this kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like she already knows that I have a machine behind me, kind of thing.
I can't figure out who is Oh, here we go. Who is sponsoring Greta Thunberg's funds? Like, I want to know where the money's coming from. Who is sponsoring Greta Thunberg? How is she getting funding?
Because she's clearly not in school, which is the other troubling thing.
Yeah, why isn't she in school?
Why not?
Like, unless she has like an idiot savant kind of spectrum disorder, like where she doesn't need to learn anything, she just absorbs, which I
Like
don't
her
think.
parents have like a
But
full
her
time.
parents are famous.
Are they?
Yeah, look up Greta Thunberg's parents. I believe her mother is like a Swedish TV star.
Oh yeah.
Poseidon, did you hear what I said?
Oh, really?
Can you look? Where are her parents? Yeah. She's not.
So they
she's a
just-
child born of nepotism. Like she's not just the average kid.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Malena Eman,
Yeah.
hey man, and Svante Thunberg.
What do they do? I don't want their names.
Okay, let's see. So Svante Thunberg is it doesn't say. Oh, Swedish actor.
The mother.
And,
guy.
The guy. And the mother, Malena Ernman.
Ernman.
Ernman is a
Griffin?
Swedish opera singer.
Okay, so I
Oh,
mixed them
really?
up.
Not
yeah,
what
so
I-
they're not nobodies.
Yeah.
They're quite famous. So maybe they're funding her. They're like, this is what our kid wants to do. I really don't know. There must be someone funding it. Someone's funding all of this jet travel. I don't know.
Mr. Soros.
It's.
I don't think-
I feel like she's only smiling like that because she's like taunting Tate still.
No, because I'm very silent because I'm trying to think.
saddened?
Silent because
Silent.
I'm trying to think that ever since she surfaced, I'm trying to think of a situation.
Make it sound like she's a creature. She's surface.
Yeah, well, look, she just came out of nowhere.
She
This
is a
girl.
creature.
You know, at some point, it was like she exploded on social
No,
media.
she was big in Sweden for about a year. Like her
Before,
whole the
so they were
walkouts from the
preparing her.
schools, yeah.
They were building up her social media profile.
It seems that way, which is a normal thing to do. Yeah.
You know when I started questioning everything, when
I have an idea.
You know that famous picture. Hold on. You know that
You red pilled.
No, you know that famous picture of her sitting in front of the parliament, and she initially how it all started. She was sitting by herself with a poster saying something about climate, and it was like the young teenage girl that refused to go to school until we take care of climate, and it's like. How is she alone if there's someone there taking a picture of her, right?
I mean, I think you're overthinking that.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like, here, go there, sit down, let's get a sign, a beautiful professional picture there.
all
In any
fugazi.
case, what did I want to say?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
sorry,
a
no,
very-
before I forget my thought.
Oh, fuck.
Ever since she came, she surfaced. I always thought, because you see in all these demonstrations, good for her. We said that, good for her. But I've never seen anywhere an attempt from her side to actually meet with global leaders to sit down and discuss.
Well, she did that speech at the, where was it? Where she said, you should all be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah,
or
whatever. That
Like,
was
there
at the World
And
Economic
she
Forum
stared
or wherever the
angrily
fuck
at
it
Trump.
was, or the COP.
And she stared angrily at Trump.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was. I think it was at one of those COP meetings. Or
Meanwhile, America
World
is one
Economic
of-
Forum.
is one
But
of
that's
the
not point.
smallest
I'm saying,
polluters.
if you've built up a reputation like she has, it's probably easy for you to knock on the door of any president, any prime minister all over the country and say, let's have a meeting.
Why are we talking about the bro? It's all fake anyway.
No, but
It's
that's
all
what-
fake
but
bullshit.
that goes
They're
back
not
to
gonna
my-
do anything, bro.
That
She's
goes
not
back-
gonna do
it
anything.
brings
It's
us
all
back to my
fucking
point. I'm not saying it's
malachias.
fake. My point is that what's the purpose behind this girl? Like, what is she there
There
for?
is no
You know what I
purpose.
mean?
No, there is a purpose. There's absolutely a purpose. If you believe that there are nefarious forces at play, which I'm not saying I do or don't, it's pretty obvious. She becomes the poster child. She's the one who brings these topics to the forefront, to the mainstream, to the 6 o'clock news, so that everyone knows about it. She slowly makes everyone a little more scared of what's coming, right?
I don't-
and
yeah.
thereby you can now say, well, we have climate lockdowns, we have. You need someone to bring this conversation to the front, for better or for worse.
Because think
whether
about-
you're on the right side of this or the wrong side of
Like,
it.
think about it. Any environmental organization has been struggling for decades to get her foot in the door in government, to get their voice heard. Suddenly you have this girl, and I'm not sure if she's part of any organization. I don't know. Maybe she's just acting on her own behalf. But you would think that with a person that has so much popularity on the topic, that organizations, I don't know, like Greenpeace or whatever, anything,
Yeah.
will tell her, listen, let's work together. We have this report. Can
It's
you open
all
this
bullshit.
door for us? You
It's
know what I mean?
all bullshit.
Let's try and use another way rather than just fucking yelling and screaming all the time and acting all mad and frustrated.
China alone pollutes is 30%.
Why
They
don't
account
we
for
book a
30% of the
meeting with,
pollution.
these leaders? And I know that she's gotten to sit down with a couple of them, because I know when she came to Montreal, she sat with Justin Trudeau, but that was bullshit. It was more for a photo op, more than anything. So nothing serious came out of that. But all I'm saying is that stop fucking screaming and yelling and at least try, attempt to go the more civil route, which is to sit down and fucking talk.
I think you're missing the point here, though.
I think he may be half right, like he stumbled upon something. I think her goal is not to create change. Her goal is to raise awareness. That's all. That's her point.
But don't you want to make change through raising
She
awareness?
doesn't want to do anything. She's 20. Did you want to do anything important when you were 20?
No, which is why I admire her. I'm like, fuck, good for her. You found something that you're passionate about.
She's
I didn't have
gaining-
that
she's
shit.
not-
Or-
no, she's gaining
No.
attention. She likes the attention.
She's an actress. As far as I'm concerned, Greta Thunberg is just an actress.
Look-
maybe she cares a little bit.
Look, since
but
she's such a talented actress, I have a better idea for her where we can put her talent to use. So Adam is
Get prepared, ladies.
Adam is no. This is a very good idea. Adam, is constantly being scanned by Indian men on the internet, thinking that
so I've heard.
he thinks that they're his girlfriend, which is false information.
Look at him take like a proper conversation and just destroy it. Go on.
No, I'm not destroying it. I
gonna
think
ignore you for a
okay,
bit.
since he's a communist, and
We're
she
still
is
talking about the
also-
future of Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, and she is also I don't know if she's a communist, but like one of these socialist.
definitely left wing, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Not necessarily.
Adam is autistic.
Even though there's a fucking shitload of money
Listen
going
to
her
me.
way.
Adam is autistic. She's autistic. Love on the Spectrum special episode. Adam and her on a date.
How old is Adam?
Ah, fuck, I forgot about
In
that.
his 50s.
Yeah.
Like double her age, more than double
No,
her age.
he's 46.
Okay.
But you know what? You're right. That's a little bit weird, but it's because I see Adam as a child still.
Okay, moving on. So, yeah, we've spoken
Let
enough
me know
about-
when you want me to participate in this show again.
We've spoken enough about Greta Thunberg. It's just, to me, it's just a, this curious, fascinating sort of thing where it's like, good for you,
Feels like a publicity stunt.
but what the hell is hiding behind you and who is there?
George Soros.
You can't be
I remember
just
reading
fucking.
that, but who knows if it was
You
true.
can't be backpacking. Like in my 20s, if I wanted to do this, my parents wouldn't fucking fund it, guaranteed. I obviously didn't have the money. It would be a backpacking experience. Let's go to whatever and demonstrate and support, the local.
I mean, I've gone to a protest when I was that age. I went to Ottawa and I protested when the
Even
naming
younger,
things
yeah. Our
happened.
parents brought us there, yeah.
The whole Macedonia issue. Like, I remember that.
I have nothing against protesting.
I have everything against protesting.
don't.
No,
I don't.
those type of protests I dislike because they don't accomplish anything.
You don't know that.
If you're so mad that, and you've been so wronged by society and the laws in place and you have no recourse, peaceful protesting and do shit. You gotta fucking kill people. It's the only way change
true.
happens.
That's
So you think
100%
it's
true.
through
I'm not saying we should do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
you're
not actually
through
doing it.
extreme.
I agree with you. I agree that we should do it.
Takes
Not
something,
anarchy.
it takes something really bad,
Like Black
I know
Swan
what you're
events
saying,
in
for
bro.
history.
people to just wake up, kind of thing.
Basically, yeah. Like, look at what happened.
Like the Black Lives.
BLM was not a movement. BLM was something very different. I don't know.
George Floyd, the killing
What
of George
happened-
Floyd opened a lot of eyes. I think.
I think we all knew. We all pretended like we didn't. Not me, but like most people just pretended like they didn't know this was happening. It happens, but it also happens to a bunch of other minorities. It happens to white people. It's not a question of race only. It's a question of, do the police have the necessary training and the necessary resources to do their job safely for them and safely for the citizens?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, will there always be some assholes who become cops? Yeah, I mean, there's assholes in the world.
And it's all I'm saying, and just so we can finalize on this Greta Thunberg thing, is that I just find her so fucking negative all the time. Like, dude, you've become.
She's a good example of her generation, though. They all have like existential issues because they all think the world's going to end and they don't need to
it's
do
fascinating
anything.
to me. It's like you've reached this point where everyone knows who you are. Why don't you use that as a springboard to actually meet with the leaders and see if there's any way that you can help and contribute? to
Why
what you wanna
would the
do?
leader of anything meet with a 20-year-old Swedish girl? She has no say, no power, and no action plan.
No, but if
Her goals are stop using gas.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's stop using gas. What are we using in its stead? We can't just turn the world off. More people will die
probably
from
doesn't-
turning the world off than will
sure-
die from climate change.
for sure, Greta
Hey,
Thunberg.
maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's
For
the
sure,
end goal.
Greta Thunberg isn't as well educated on the topic as, say, for example, like
No,
David Suzuki.
no
You know,
kidding, she hasn't
who's
been to school in 3 years,
who's
George.
been fighting his entire life on.
If it was David Suzuki leading the charge, I'd be like, let's talk. Mind you, we all remember what happened with Bill Nye. He turned out to be a psychopath. And I looked up to Bill Nye, the science guy, and then he turned out to be a crazy person.
yeah, it happens. Anyway,
Bill Nye, the science guy.
it was a good show.
It was a great show. Half of the things I know today about science, I didn't learn from Mr. Elbaz in fucking high school. I learned it from Bill Nye, the science guy.
Guys, huge crisis in Quebec in general, but more specifically,
what
the Maisonneuve-Rosemont Hospital in the east end of Montreal.
I heard about this.
There's over 100 nurses that are threatening to just
walk out.
quit, to walk away, unless important measures be brought to that hospital. They had an issue with the I don't know, what do you call them, the head nurse or the administrator of that unit, the manager, whatever. They could not handle that person.
They brought in mediation this morning.
So yesterday, like this thing is so big that the health minister actually went on location. The director of the CIUS over there immediately took away that person and transferred her to another.
Centre Est? That's yours. Which CIUS is it? Do you know? Curious.
I'll tell you now. CIUS de l'Est de l'Île.
De l'Est de l'Île. You know, that is the busiest, I was reading about it this morning, the busiest emergency
It is.
in North America.
North America.
Or in Canada.
It's a
In
little
Canada.
hard to
In Canada.
believe
Sorry.
North
In
America.
Canada.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
In
Oh, yeah.
Canada, yeah. Because it serves a massive, very dense part of the city. Lower.
Even bigger. 'Cause
Lower
I'm just thinking about population, like dense population in that city. I would think maybe Toronto would have the busiest hospital.
It probably has more per neighborhood.
Maybe.
Yeah, more emergency
But
rooms.
it's
I
true
mean,
that
in
at
Toronto,
least-
like if you're downtown Toronto, you're within 5 kilometers of like 3 emergency rooms at any given
I
moment.
have the number here. The emergency, they get 45 ambulance on average.
45 what?
45 ambulances per day.
That doesn't seem like a lot.
Well, yeah. I
The
don't know.
fucking Aaron Rand
the,
lied to
the,
me.
the Jewish hospital gets 35, and the Jewish hospital has 100 beds more than the.
It's also crumbling.
Maisonneuve,
Rosemont. That
Rosemont.
hospital's a mess.
Which one?
Rosemont.
Yeah, anything. In any case, nothing seems to be working there. The nurses are completely exhausted. There's a big issue. They can't figure it out. And obviously, I mean, you need nurses, right? And if they're threatening to walk away. So, yeah, the minister was there in place yesterday. He called an
What's his name,
external... Dubik.
Yeah.
Christian Dubik.
Chris Doobie.
So he brought an external mediator to help with the situation. I don't know what's happening. So for the moment, what they did, they diverted the ambulances away from this hospital so that the emergencies don't get overcrowded. So that because obviously they don't have the nurses to take care of the people. But this is seriously, I mean, this is seriously a huge issue. I mean,
My
would think-
takeaway from the situation was that there is someone in a coordination management type position there who's a piece of shit, and that's what's happening.
because the big issue,
Because there's a bunch of
yeah.
other issues too, obviously, like infrastructure crumbling and
For
no
sure.
nurses and blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
like that seems to be the catalyst. here.
Also the government, because see, this is, I've been reading a lot of analysts, and they're saying this is the very beginning of potentially a crisis that we can have in the future, where the government funding certain elements of the private sector, which has been happening, for a number of years now, could have created, these effects in our hospitals. And because if you're a nurse and you're thinking, if I work in the public sector, they're going to force me to do overtime, which is
I don't want to do.
and the government is trying to pass a law now to eliminate that, so that there isn't any overtime forced upon the nurses. But for now,
So what happens in that instance when we have no nurses?
Well, you have to figure out your
One problem at a time, George.
You got to make. Well, that's the problem. I mean, can you do that
don't
if
think
your
you can.
nurses are leaving for the private sector and they're going to all these private agencies?
Do you blame them?
I don't blame them at all.
blame them
I
at
mean,
all.
they're stressed, they're overworked, they're fucking.
Look, the system is way worse now than it was 10 years ago. Like it's
worse, you
past
said?
the
Yeah.
10 years ago was at a breaking point.
Okay.
Now it's broken. That we're past that point. I worked with nurses
Yeah.
every day for 6 years.
They're the
and I saw firsthand
especially emergency room. Jesus Christ, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
So I don't know how they're going to figure this one out, because you're getting less and less nurses working in the public sector. The private, they come to the government and say, listen, this is what we offer you. These are the conditions. This is how many hours. So there's no consistency throughout for the hospitals to actually get like this,
Yeah,
this
like
kind of
nice
schedule.
mix.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tricky situation. I mean, given the state of this whole system, I don't really see how this can be solved without punishing the nurses. And I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying, like, I don't see a solution where the nurses don't lose something.
If it was a group of maybe like a small department, maybe, but when you're seeing over 100 nurses saying, listen, we're fucking walking, what are you gonna do? You have no
Yeah.
choice. You got to figure out a solution.
It also sets a dangerous precedent too. If this solves
Absolutely.
the problem, now
Yeah, then the
every
next
group-
hospital is gonna do the same thing.
Exactly.
So you're right. I mean, this is where the government
scary.
needs to play its cards properly, because if they give in to them, then for sure tomorrow it's going to be another
But
hospital.
if they're
and
too rough with them,
you lose them.
different problem.
Oh yeah, you have a huge crisis.
They're both a crisis. Fucking.
We'll keep you guys posted on what's happening. I mean, this only happened yesterday, so we'll see what the
there's no
mediation-
solution in sight yet. George, go on without me for just like 2 minutes. I'll be right
Fuck
back.
off. So just to finish up on this topic, the other argument is that there are hospitals that are getting whatever funding they get from the hospital, and the administration works so much better. And obviously, the main example that everyone has been talking about is the Jewish hospital, where they actually make things work. So the question is, how can they make it work and other hospitals can't? But what Phil said is very important, because the Hôpital Maisonneuve-Rosemont is one of the busiest hospitals, especially the emergency room, because of the location. It's in the East End, highly densely populated area. And they just can't figure out, is it an administrative thing? Do you have to get the right administrators to make sure that all the pieces of the puzzle are there, and they're able to put everything together so that they can have a hospital that is well oiled and that runs properly, or is it something different? I don't know, but it's a big mess. And again, we're not saying anything new over here. I mean, the health industry has been in decline for years, so I'm curious to see exactly what kind of solution they're going to come up with. Because at this point, I don't think that the public sector can afford losing personnel, especially nurses, going into the private sector. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
In other news, what are you looking at? I'm just curious.
Don't ask questions that you don't want answers to.
Nudity.
So I found out that in Ukraine there are biolabs that they were testing strains of COVID and shit. What if this war with
That's not
Ukraine
new.
and
We knew
Russia?
about that from
I just found out about it, so I'm going to talk
Welcome
about
to
it.
the party.
What about the war?
So what if the war is a lot more complex than we think?
War tends to be way more complex.
I don't think
than
the
we
war has anything to do with whatever research Ukraine was doing on COVID.
No, it was U.S. had biolabs. In the
Who cares? It has no. There's no way that war has anything to do.
But what I'm saying,
with
what
any
if
lab work?
I mean, look, hold on.
What if they're trying to stop biowarfare?
I mean, I remember reading these stories too about 6 months ago that there were biolabs funded by the U.S. in the Ukraine and that Russia was trying to shut it down. It's possible. I mean, it seems like just a lot of financial, oligarchic interests fighting it out while the people of the Ukraine suffer. That's what it feels like to me. Like it seems like most every other war.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think
Every war since the Second World War has been a bullshit war.
Well, speaking of Ukraine, I heard it this morning, actually. I don't have it here, but maybe you can look it up. There was a helicopter crash with the Minister of Interior.
Was he on the interior of the helicopter?
Yeah, the Minister of Interior of Ukraine was inside the helicopter. It crashed. They died. There was a bunch of kids as well. I'm not sure exactly what they were doing in the helicopter. There isn't
Flying
any
it.
suspicion on whether or not that helicopter was attacked or
They just,
which is just fucking.
they just got Kobe'd.
It just go what?
Kobe'd.
Yeah, that's bad.
Just an accident.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Kobe.
Speaking of vaccines and COVID and all that stuff, interesting article. There is finally a first vaccine that they may have discovered to heal this virus or this sickness that the bees, the honeybees, have been affected with. I don't know if you heard of it. Like, there's been a crisis for years now, decades.
I thought they were dying because we kept killing them.
No. There's a virus that kills them.
Beevid?
Yeah, beevid.
I got the Beevid.
So apparently in the U.S. they may have found a vaccine.
So we're going to vaccinate all the bees?
So when I saw the title, I'm like, how does that work? Right?
Next. Next.
Yeah, take the little arm.
It seems like that's something they're going to have to spray in an aerosolized form over crops and stuff,
it's
right?
in the food.
So it's going to be in our food too now.
It's in the food.
Interesting.
They're going to put it. So apparently, the bees are going to take that food, bring it back to the hive, give it to the queen,
I
and
don't
then
like where
automatically
this is
it's gonna
going at
transfer
all.
into the eggs, and the larva will be immunized. The results have shown that there is a reduction between 30 to 50%. Look, at this point, I'm
reading about this too.
I see this as a good thing because it's a huge crisis, and until this
Okay,
happened,
no, they're not spraying it. They're putting it in the royal jelly.
What?
Never thought I'd say that sentence. I know I'll say crazy things in my life, but to say they're not spraying the vaccine, they're putting it in the royal jelly. I'm putting that on a T-shirt.
yeah, they're
I
gonna
don't
apply it
get
on
it.
their food. So wherever the bees go, and they bring back whatever they bring, whether it's nectar or pollen or whatever.
It's called a Pantelis larvae, a deadly pathogen of honeybees.
Yeah, you didn't know that this was happening?
I didn't realize it was
It's a
some
huge
kind-
crisis.
I know about the bee issue,
Yeah.
the pollinator die-off. I didn't know that it was caused by a pathogen. I thought it was human expansion and
no.
deforestation and that kind of stuff.
Because I have a friend
And pesticide use.
Yeah, I have a friend whose dad had a hive, and he would always give me honey, beautiful, great honey, and for a number of years now, for maybe 5,
And now no
6,
more honey.
He can't find bees. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, you can go get a queen, but there's no bees. So
I try to never
populate the
kill
hive.
bees because, like, I know that we're not supposed to, but like, wasps are fair game. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I fucking kill wasps.
What
'Cause they're
about
carnivores.
bumblebees?
No, bumblebees you leave alone. We need them. They have the most pollen. They shake. They're fluffy.
Yeah.
No. Like I was raised to not kill bees. Like don't kill the bees. If you leave them alone, they won't bother you. Don't be an asshole.
It's crazy the impact these little fucking things have, right?
I mean, it's what's the term? What do you keep throwing up on the screen? Just do it already. You're distracting me and pissing me off.
This fucking guy, you know,
Dude, I'm bored.
it's just.
What is he doing?
I don't know, but the fact that he's been
closed
quiet for the last 10 minutes to me is serious. There's something suspicious
I closed it,
happening
I
back
clo-
there.
I
It's like
closed it, I closed
something's not.
What
like,
were you doing?
I was trying to distract you guys.
But like
Yo, why?
we
Hold on.
complain when he talks, and now that he's not talking, we're like, "Fuck, what are you doing? Something's
I'm not.
wrong."
No, I'm not sketched out because he's not talking. Did you not see?
I didn't see. I saw something happen. Like
He was
in my-
throwing constantly something up. I don't know what it was.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. Keep going. Keep going.
Probably some asses.
I
or
closed
whatever.
it
I didn't see
already.
it. It's like in my peripheral. I just saw some.
I'm gonna out of pocket hire someone else to produce this show. Honestly, I swear to God, out of pocket. And by produce, I mean actually produce, not just press go and cut
How
between
funny would
cameras.
it be if that person
lower
actually-
thirds
if-
and animations
If
and
that
real
person
research?
actually looked like Poseidon, it'd be fucking funny. You
No.
come in, you see this.
If I'm
guy.
spending money, I want to look at something a little more
Oh, yeah, appealing.
pleasing.
Justin Trudeau came out the other day and praised Quebec for its management with the irregular migrants coming in from Roxham Road. This is what I fucking hate about this guy because it's all about show. And he comes on and he's like, "Good job, Quebec, and you're doing a great job, and we
Who's this?
appreciate Justin Trudeau." Here's what we appreciate, or we would appreciate in Quebec, is if you fucking transfer the funds we need to actually take care of these people because we've been left alone since 2014, whenever they started coming in, 15. So screw these, big words and just send the fucking money over, for God's sakes.
I'm gonna be honest.
Parenthesis.
I got so upset that I stopped listening. I've just been sitting here boiling in my own rage. What are you talking about?
Because I said Justin Trudeau.
No.
Oh, because this idiot. Who cares, dude? How do you get caught up with these things?
Yeah, seriously, you're so sensitive.
My vengeance will be swift. I'm trying to think of who I know that I can replace him with on
crash
Friday.
you. So yeah, I'm not gonna repeat the story. Fuck it. Justin Trudeau being
Okay. Yeah.
he was just praising Quebec for its wonderful work with the Roxham Road.
Is that what's happening? He's kissing, he's licking asses.
Sorry.
It's fine, go on.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, but it's it's a lot of talk, no action. We'd like to have the money. In other news, I'll bring back maybe a name that people may have forgotten. Éric Duhem. I don't know if you guys remember Éric Duhem, the leader of the Conservative Party of Quebec. We had a couple of
Is
discussions
he still
here.
the leader? Does the party still exist?
He's still the leader. The party exists. It did very well in the last elections in October. And he's been bitching because he thought that, look, we got over 500,000 votes. Yes, we didn't get a seat in the House, but that's because of a faulty electoral system. But because we got over 500,000 seats in the House, we deserve to have a presence in Parliament. We want an office. He had a whole list of demands, none of which was granted to him, because at the end of the day, you didn't get anyone elected.
Yeah.
Whether
I've
it
been
sucks
following.
or not,
I follow him on Instagram. He keeps sharing how important what he did was.
yeah.
And I was like, bro, I
Look,
mean,
he needs
just be
to-
quiet for a little. Like, let people forget how bad it was.
Yeah, he needs to play into the clientele, because don't forget that the reason why he did so well is because he got a lot of the attention of all these fucking frustrated and disgruntled people because of COVID. So it's not the sharpest tools in the shed that he got.
Neither is he, though.
No, he's actually a very smart guy.
I don't
And he
know.
has a-
I think he overplayed his hand slightly.
yeah, but that's because you're playing into your
No, you're right.
clientele.
He's an intelligent guy. You're absolutely right. That
You know,
was
he
I was way off.
he knows
there.
exactly what he's doing. He goes, look, I need these people. Dude, they went from a non-existent party to
You know what where he
destroying
lacks
everything. Yeah,
as an intellectually speaking, he's very intelligent. What he lacks is marketing experience. I think. here.
actually, I think he did pretty well.
I think he doesn't understand.
he got a lot of money. They invested a lot of money.
I'm not talking about money is one thing, but you also need like surface level social media, because that's what it is now. Penetration.
They were actually
They
not
didn't
bad.
have a good
You don't
presence.
think
I
so?
was following it because I was kind of hoping he'd be like, "We need someone for videos. I want to see what's going on." Only because I knew they were good at getting money.
But look, I think in that respect, they were much better than the other parties. My personal opinion.
The conservatives didn't get it.
We're talking about Quebec.
Yeah.
What conservatives?
Him,
He is a
him.
conservative.
They didn't
Okay.
get it, in my opinion. They didn't understand the
Oh,
game.
Okay.
They they felt like old guys trying to use the internet. Like that's how they
Oh,
felt
yeah?
to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're an old guy, so for you it worked. But they have your vote if they want it. They
No,
just
they
need to
don't.
convince you on the points.
Look, the
On
problem,
the
the
causes.
challenge that he has now is how to convert that support, how to keep the support rather, but eliminate the garbage. You know, so it's a delicate thing. It's like how do you maintain
How do
the
you-
support but get rid of these idiots that think
Like,
that
how do you make sure that people know you're family oriented, but they forget about the shower scene? Like, how do you? It's not an easy task,
It's
George.
not,
It's a
it's not.
complex, convoluted
yeah,
web of lies. you have to spin.
erasing that image is very difficult.
Is there an image of it?
Of Eric Duhem? Well, when he said automatically, you fucking he's like,
You're like, he's just like scrubbing his dad's back. His mom's cleaning his bum. What was he even talking about?
I don't.
Was he like? Is that what it was? He was taking showers with his parents,
I
are
think-
they very old and he showers them?
No, if I can remember correctly, just to put it in context, he was saying that he grew up in a very open family where people were free to just express themselves. And he goes, we even took showers together.
So hippie nudists, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Hippie
And
nudists.
The only thing I'm not sure about is whether or not they would still not maybe not now, but
I always thought it was like he visits them now and they take a shower together.
no, probably not. But
hope
this I'm trying, maybe if people in the chat remember, but this wasn't only like until he was like 5 or 6 years old. It happened even later in his life, where he was like a teenager.
So here's
or
the
a young
solution
adult.
to the problem Jem faces, okay? He needs to quit and recede somewhere where he will be forgotten. Because you
Can you imagine
cannot...
at 16 taking a
Why
shower with your
would
parents?
Oh my God. I can't imagine. First of all, I'm 36 years old, okay? I lived at home till I was 27. Never seen my dad's dick, ever. Okay? The man is a fucking ninja. Good for him. Never. Okay?
I've seen his butt crack.
Oh, butt crack, he's working. That's fine.
Yeah,
Butt
that's
crack's
fine,
okay.
yeah.
The guy he's doing work. Never seen it though. And I want to keep it that way. Forever. Forever. Okay? So, no, you don't. No. No.
I'm trying to read the chat here to see if anyone had the information. But anyway,
Why is Phil a young man? Why am I a young man? What did I do? Did I age myself? Oh, I said my age. Nobody knows how old I am. We're all the same. No, me and Pantelis are.
so yeah, so what happened? The Parliament is about to get into session now in February, and Premier Legault made a promise that he would try and collaborate with all the leaders of all the parties that are in.
Except Eric Duhem.
No, but here's the thing.
Did he include him?
Yeah, he met with him.
Oh.
So he's been meeting with all the party leaders just to get people on board with his agenda to see how they can work together, which is a good thing.
Yeah, okay, sure.
In all my years, I can't remember, and I could be wrong, of course, I can't remember the premiers calling meetings like this and meeting one-on-one with the leaders of the opposition before the parliament session.
Really?
I don't remember
Feels
that
like a
happening.
thing that would be a good idea to do.
It would, right? But I don't remember that ever happening. But
I
anyway.
feel like he did that just so that he can get Eric in, so he can be like, bro, you fucking lost.
So but see, Eric Duhem came out the other day and he's like, you know what? Premier Legault gave our party the credibility it deserves by calling me into that meeting, even though we have 0 people sitting in the house. The fact that he thought about calling me into the meeting and to sitting down with us is that because he acknowledges whatever, quote
My
unquote,
existence.
influence we
My
have.
legitimacy.
Yeah, the legitimacy.
Well, I mean, they did have quite a bit of popular vote for a party that didn't get elected.
But also in the same article, he mentions that one of the first things he told him is that I want an office in the parliament, and Legault laughed at him.
Legault said he laughed at him.
No. I think it was Duhem that
Oh.
said that, I asked him for an office in the parliament, and he laughed at that suggestion.
Which is laughable
Which
because
is
he
funny.
wasn't elected to parliament.
Which is fucking funny.
He goes, we can give you an office somewhere else, but you'll have to pay for it, and it won't be related to this.
Yeah.
And we're not going to find it for you. You
Again,
can find
I
it.
don't know why you would meet with this individual. I'm not so sure what you can do. You're not sitting in the house. I'm leaning towards suggesting that it's much more of a
Bro,
PR
George,
stunt.
there's some rage in the chat about shit you said. Did you say, I don't remember you saying this, people who voted for him are not the sharpest tools.
I didn't say that all people that voted for him are not sharp. And I'm repeating something that he himself said in an interview where he acknowledged that there's a quite significant percentage
Radical
of it
element.
that they need to look at how to kind of filter. So this isn't coming. This is
He
in
should
my
be careful
opinion.
filtering that percentage because that's probably like 90%.
I think
Of
it's
his percentage.
bigger. I think so too.
Yeah, because he was a protest vote.
Yeah, absolutely. And most of that protest vote came from, the disgruntled citizens that were like, "Fuck these measures, fuck Legault, fuck COVID, blah blah blah."
I mean,
They're
look,
like, we're gonna go for that guy
I
because
agree
he
with all
wants-
those points, but I didn't vote for Jem.
Yeah,
I didn't vote. I don't vote.
that's not good. But anyway,
I mean, it's my right to not vote. It's my
George is
responsibility.
so hateable. Yeah,
It's true, guys. That fucking face. Look at that. I just want to punch him in his fucking smug brossard mouth. Mr.
Hey.
The fucking 1% over here. He comes here, he complains, he's sleepy, but he's like Scrooge McDuck. He's like diving into coins
What
in
are you
brossard.
talking about?
My low property taxes. Woo, look at all this land I have from my slaves.
Damn, that took a turn for the weird.
nicely.
What are you working on over there,
Don't
buddy?
worry about it.
No,
Don't
I
ask
worry about
questions.
it.
No.
I will
it's-
We
replace
want
you.
your undivided attention.
You know
Poseidon.
what? You complained.
He closed it. What's happening?
Okay, guys.
You know what I think he's doing? I think he's preparing.
You know what
something
he's
to put on
doing?
the screen.
He's actually producing the show. It's just that he's incapable of multitasking, so he's been quiet. Look at that face. Look at it like a child making a picture. Daddy, you like my Santa Claus?
He has 6 eyes.
Speaking of conservatives,
Yeah.
what's his? Pierre Poilievre is. I don't know if he's done yet or if he
PP.
was over the weekend doing a tour of Quebec
I heard.
because.
Do you get all your news from CJD? Because this is everything they spoke about when my radio got stuck this morning.
No, I don't listen to CJD very much. Actually, very little.
No, don't worry. Keep going.
Anyway,
Pierre
so-
Poilievre is doing a tour. He went to the Wager School for the Autistic.
Yeah, we know the link for that, right?
We do?
Yeah, that's completely 100% Leo Husakos connected with
Oh, the link.
our
I thought-
friend.
okay, yeah.
The link, yeah. With our friend
Leo, the last king of the Senate.
Nick Katalifos, who's the director of the Wager.
I'm sorry, George. I don't know all Greek
You don't know
people.
these guys?
Of course I know Nick and Leo.
He's the best fucking
Leo
guy.
and my dad are friends.
No, not Leo, Nick. Anyway.
Oh, Nick. I only know Nick from his time in the Prime Minister's office. Oh, no. I'm thinking about what's his name?
Jimmy.
Sudha.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Nick, the professor. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
super
Of course I
good
know
guy.
Nick.
Super
Good
good
dude.
guy. Yeah. So anyway, so he was touring Quebec because his inside guys are telling him that of all the provinces,
Mm-hmm.
Quebec is the one that you probably have the least support. Especially, don't forget that there was that whole issue with Alain Reyes.
No, what's that?
Right after when they had the leadership race, he was the only one supporting Charest, and then when Charest lost, there was so much fucking bullying, and he resigned, and he's sitting as an independent. Yeah, we spoke about that. Anyway, so he's touring Quebec, and in his recent media appearances, he seems to be much more fun, and he's putting aside that smarty pants kind of attitude and look that he always had.
Be a little softer.
Yeah, not only that, but he also participated in Infoman. I don't know if you know Infoman.
I know Infoman.
It's they do like an annual kind of summary of the year.
Yeah, at the end
And
of course.
it's funny. It's a very popular.
I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah, it's a very popular segment that they do here, in Quebec. And he was on it, and apparently he was very. I haven't seen it, but I've read that he was very good on it, and he was
Likeable.
Yeah, he was rolling with the punches and stuff. And they think that all that is part of a strategy to kind of
Humanize him.
to increase his likability here in Quebec, and all this has brought up speculations that we may be headed into an election at the federal level.
Maybe.
Probably around.
Wait, didn't we just have an election?
We had an election in 2021.
Oh, it's been that long already?
End of 2021, I think.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it?
I'm not
Or
sure.
early 20? No, I think it was end
As
of
a
21.
non-voter, I tend to forget when
I
the
don't care.
elections are.
I'm just
I
here
only
to
vote
criticize
municipal.
him.
I only vote municipal.
You're not wrong, because that's the most important
It
service.
affects me
Not
the
something
most.
the most important service. It's.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I don't do that one either.
Oh wait, yeah. I
no,
don't
I
vote
used
at
to.
all.
I used to only vote municipal. Now I only vote Kinota. Like, I'm just joking. I didn't vote there either. No, I don't vote because I feel like I'm participating in a system that doesn't represent anything.
I've said
anymore.
this before, and I'll
Change
continue.
cannot be made this way.
No, I'll continue to say this, and I even say this in their face. The municipal councillors, I have no idea how they do their job. I wouldn't fucking do that work.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's the worst. You're dealing with people complaining about garbage, snow removal, potholes.
Those are some of the most important things we need to
No,
deal
they're
with.
not. The most important thing is your kids' school, our health system.
Yeah, so if our health system is great and our kids are learning, but we're all living in filth and you can't drive down the street, I mean, George, it's all connected.
All right, you're okay. Let's not take away the importance
is a
of
synergistic
of their job. I'm just saying that all I'm saying is that when you consider the stuff they take care of, it's, in my opinion, the things that are the most frustrating to deal with.
What did he fucking do? The stream just caught up. Let me look at what this shit little fucker. This just in? What did he do?
I saw him laughing before.
Yeah, he's been putting lower thirds.
You gotta. It takes a while, but it's worth it.
I don't
Phil
know.
is gay. Okay. This just in.
Oh, you're at my life.
It was gay. It came out. He came out to me and George right before the show. This just in again. Phil is also gay.
It's just gonna. You asked for lower thirds. I delivered. I did this during the show. Imagine what I can do. Imagine what I can do if I have time and a budget.
Just so you know, all lower thirds like this normally are done live during a show.
Oh.
So we're clear.
If I had the stories in advance, I could prepare lower thirds. And obviously, they're done live. Lower thirds. I'm not talking
I'm
about.
impressed that you did this.
I mean, I can
on the spot.
By the way,
I can prepare them.
I meant
in
lower
advance.
thirds like our names and the ats. Like, that's what I was referring to.
I could set that up too.
Oh, no problem. I'm so glad I kept all those photos of you. Tase Ramiso. Vexe Muña's mother is coming for you.
Jorge,
I'm gonna put you on blast in languages and countries I don't even know about.
What images?
nudes.
Go ahead.
I have some weird shit from this just thing. Some really crazy shit that you said.
It's all fucking live. Anyways.
Jorge is asking
Oh no,
if
I mean the
we've
stuff
watched.
we didn't use because it was too risky.
Jorge's asking us if
bro.
we've
I'll
watched.
do your
Jorge's asking if we watched LOL Quebec,
No,
the
I've never
last
seen that.
the last one, laughing or something. They took it from it's on Amazon, and they did it with Jay Baruchel.
Oh, I saw that it was like it was suggested to me.
yeah.
And I was like, look at these
It's
French
with
infiltrating my TV.
It's with Patrick Huard and a bunch of other.
Wait, hold on. Is it still running?
Yes, of course.
Take
It's
it
gonna
off
run the
now.
entire show.
Who cares, man? It doesn't matter. It's fun. It's fun for the people watching, I guess. Yeah.
Switch it to George is gay and see how long he allows it to stay.
I really don't give
Yeah,
a
I don't
shit.
care.
So
George loves the gay community.
yeah, I love
Okay,
the
okay.
gays.
You know what? Hold on. I'm
so
gonna do something for the
I
book.
think
Also, just for the record, you're using gay in like a negative way, so like take it down so we don't get taken down.
No, it's not.
You're using it as an insult. You're not complimenting me. It's
No,
pretty
I'm just-
obvious.
I'm calling it as it is. That's it. I'm not insulting you. It's okay to be gay.
Look at him.
whatever.
Look at the brain power trying to figure out if I'm telling the truth or not. Like he's like, ow!
So yeah, last one laughing, whatever, because they took it from the English one, like, where it was actually funny. They had Colin Mockery and Tom Green on it,
I like Colin Mockery.
but I find that the Quebec one is way funnier.
Okay.
It was just
What's the other one called? LOL something?
last LOL Canada.
Okay.
Last
Stanley?
no, it's not. It's last
that.
one laughing or something.
Oh.
Last person laughing or some shit like that.
Right. I remember. They're all in like a Big Brother type situation.
Yeah. They're there for like 6 hours, and you can't laugh, you can't smile.
I saw that. I really enjoyed it.
No, you can't.
Interesting.
You can't do anything, and no, it's pretty fun. It's a really cool concept. But I find that the Quebec one is so much better than the English one, and I don't like Jay Baruchel as a host. I think he's full of shit. Even though I like Jay Baruchel.
Oh, interesting. I have like a weird, like I like Jay Baruchel, but sometimes I'm like, shh, stop talking. Like stop,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, Patrick Huard is top for me. Like as a,
He's the one with the crazy. He has like crazy hair.
No,
Big girl,
Patrick
right?
Huard is the one that did Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
Bon
okay,
cop, bad
yeah. I was
cop, or
thinking of
whatever.
someone else. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
someone else. What's he doing now? He's still laughing.
The banner should be faster because it's
Yeah, okay.
because
I can
because
do that in 5 seconds.
because normal people read quicker than you. So.
He thinks I won't replace him. He thinks I'm joking.
This is cool, man. I don't mind this.
He's enjoying this. Look, he appreciates good work.
It's like,
Phil.
but if you can figure out a way to put intelligent things in there,
The
like
font face is so terrible. I'm not mad about what he wrote. I'm mad about how pedestrian it looks.
I did it fast. I didn't have time. I just wanted to get the message out.
There's
as
an
quickly as
American one,
possible.
Rosalie. I didn't know.
Oh, he added Georgian. That's what he was doing. Phil and George.
Phil and George are dating.
It's official.
This is us coming out as a couple.
Yeah, Rosalie, I didn't know there
I'm
was.
glad you guys can
there
enjoy
was an
this.
American
Alright, I'm gonna
version
take it
of
off now.
Yeah, it's called lo 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 lo. And then in parentheses it says means laughing out loud because they need to be spoon fed.
Yeah, whatever. All that to say, Jorge. It's was it Jorge that initially said it? I saw it.
It's pronounced Georgi.
Georgi. I saw it. I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's very good.
I have
Good
not
times.
seen it. I have not seen it.
These will go down in my memory banks.
Okay.
Such a fucking.
Did you guys know that Montreal is in the final stretch of getting NFL
Hold
games?
on, let's go back to the
NFL
LOL show.
games,
Yeah.
but we don't have an NFL team.
No, I know, but so the NFL is looking into doing like international matches, so kind of getting some teams and touring the NFL.
Whatever.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think if they come to Canada, I think it's gonna be nice. And Montreal is top
I've
of the list
never,
over there.
honestly, never cared less about something you brought up than this.
Okay.
Move to something else. Like I don't even care.
I
We were
realized
talking about the LOL show on Amazon Prime with the comedians.
Yeah, let's go back 10
No,
minutes.
dude, we're talking about something
Oh, you
else.
guys finished?
Yeah, we are. Is there anything you want to add to that?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Steady, Manny. What are you saying?
Yeah, I like it. The French one or the English one? What did you watch? The French one. There's a few people that you know on it.
Christine, Richardson. Richardson was hilarious in it. I loved him.
He made it to the final. It was between him and.
Oh, I really enjoyed the big dude, the fat dude. Oh, he was hilarious in it.
Oh yeah. Well, there were the two last ones. I
I
think.
know nothing about Quebec culture.
Oh, patat. Yeah, that was amazing.
What's patat?
Also,
patat?
if you, I'm not gonna spoil
Oh,
it.
it's a spoiler. Okay, forget
Yeah,
it. Forget it.
but you need to watch it. It's very fun.
It is. It's funny.
probably
It's really
won't.
funny. Okay. Okay. So no
I'm gonna
sports on
watch
the
the
show
English
here.
one to piss everyone off.
It's not bad. It's
They're
not
all
bad.
complaining about it.
It's not bad. It's just that there was a few people in the English one was like, "What are you doing there? Like, you're not funny." Like, I don't know. Whatever. That's just.
I mean,
my
like Colin Mockery, for example.
Yeah,
Colin
Colin
Mockery
Mockery
abuses me. But sometimes he borders on cringy.
Who?
He's
Colin
good,
Mockery.
Mockery. And Tom Green was there. They had the guy from Kids. What's his name? The guy that was on News Radio. No,
News Radio.
No, not News Radio.
Michael J. Fox?
No.
No, wait, the wrong show.
That was a good laugh. I needed that.
His name is whatever.
Laurent Paquin.
Yeah, Laurent
Yeah.
Paquin was amazing.
Honestly,
in
bro, Jorge does way more faster research than you do. And he's also probably working a job and watching this show.
Which is impressive.
And we pay him more than we pay you.
Oh shit! What? The most important story.
Yeah. Oh, is it? What time is it?
Oh.
All right.
Another one of these residential schools.
it. Got shot up?
No, these unmarked
Dude,
graves.
residential schools.
I know.
Okay. They found another mass grave site.
Yeah, fucking
2,000 bodies.
in Ontario.
I swear to God.
2,000. Look at the difference. 171.
I mean, you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound.
2,000
is too many.
I read
Where'd you read
2,000
2,000?
I think maybe the total that they've discovered this year or in the last couple months might be 2,000.
This is
maybe.
St. Mary's Residential School.
Oh, yeah, it's
near
in
Kenora.
Collection, yeah.
It's in Ontario. They believe that the number may be much higher, so closer to 171.
Honestly, every time they like, it's fucked up.
But yeah, I mean, we said this from the beginning. I mean, it wasn't going to stop.
I mean, this whole country was built on native burial grounds, right? Whether they're official or non.
The sad thing in this situation is that when will it end, kind of thing, right? I mean,
Finding people.
yeah, and like these communities, they will never just, put this behind them. It's like
How do you?
You can't, first of all, but I have a feeling that it's constantly going to be coming up in the news. Every couple of months, they're going to probably be discovering more mass graves, and it's
We have LiDAR now, so they can look. It's easier to look. Too.
it just sucks. I'm just thinking about these communities. It's like it's something that will keep coming up in the
The
news,
fucked
and
up
it's just
thing
a
to
sad
me-
thing that is constantly going to be in repetition.
What's fucked up to me is that this is not something that is beyond living memory. Like we were finding mass graves from like the 1800s, right? Still a terrible thing, but a very different world, right? Like like 300 years ago, whatever, 200 years ago. These are from the 80s. Like I was here. I was doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna look back on 150 years in the past and judge what was happening. It was wrong. I know today it was wrong.
Different conditions. I mean,
and me making some kind of moral statement
you
about
would
it
think
changes
that
nothing.
you would think that society has evolved so much
but
in
some of
over
the people who are
150, 200
involved
years.
in this are still alive, and I mean not on the receiving end. I mean on the church's side, because it was run by the church and backed by the federal government. Like, wait, when was Trudeau in office? The first Trudeau?
Late 60s, early 70s, I believe.
So while our current prime minister's father was in office, these murder schools
Were happening.
It's fucked up.
There was when this first happened out west. Jean Chrétien, another former Canadian prime minister, had just published a book, and they brought him out on Tout le monde en parle, the very popular TV show on French television. And they asked him a question. The answer he gave was so fucking, oh my God, shut your mouth kind of thing.
What was the question?
Fuck. Well,
what did they ask him?
If he knew, because he
knew. And what did he say?
He was, I can't remember what kind of minister he was.
He was culture minister.
No. I think at some point he was finance, right before he ran for prime minister. But before finance, he was something else. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But it was a weird fucking answer.
Like he kind of knew, but
I don't want to paraphrase
knew.
it, but it was like to the point where he said, I was an ugly kid. I mean, I never got the attention that these kids probably got in their schools, and it was like, what are you talking about?
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, like along those lines. Again, I don't want to paraphrase, but
whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the stuff we were doing 30
See
years
if
ago.
you can find it. Jean Chrétien on Tout le monde en parle. Mass graves or some shit like that.
I don't know. It's just that, like, I think of the stuff that was done a long time ago and it's terrible, but then I think about the stuff that was done in the last 30 years, not just with the native kids that were taken.
Bro.
There's also, conversion therapy.
Oh, yeah, he says he never heard about abuse in residential schools.
Yeah, but there was something
that's
more
the
about what he
takeaway,
said.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Mark E. asked a very pertinent question in the chat. He goes, why is Poseidon not on Big Brother? I will answer that question for you.
Because the Matrix won't let him in because it'll give him a platform. That's why, obviously.
That's the first reason. And the second reason is there is going to be a lot of footage of me masturbating in different rooms, and nobody wants
You're not
that.
allowed to masturbate if you're in the Big Brother house.
No, not even
What?
in the
You're not
bathroom.
supposed
There's
to
no cameras
masturbate.
in the bathroom.
There is.
No, there is.
I will eliminate myself.
There's no way there's bathrooms. I've never walked, by the way.
You walk in, they welcome you to the space.
Rule number one.
They're like, go and check out your bedrooms. You guys go back when you come back. They're like, okay, rule one, no masturbating because there's cameras everywhere. Question unrelated. What happens if we do? They're like, just don't. Yeah, but what if we do? Like I just did. You were gone for 38 seconds.
I'm quick.
Swifty Swift over
All I
here.
need is 8. It took me 30 seconds to walk back to the room and back.
You've destroyed it. Murdered my joke.
I did.
You're like a priest and my joke was a native child. That's what happened.
You don't have a joke about the native boys and
Let's
the
hear
priests.
it. Let's hear it. This is
Let's
going to
hear
be
it.
amazing.
Let's workshop it here. That seems safe.
Okay, yeah.
What could go wrong?
So basically, after they found all the bodies at
Do
the
me a favor.
residential,
Can you cut to yourself for this?
Yes.
I don't want to be associated to this on camera.
I've said it on stage, and some
That's
people
fine. Go
laughed.
ahead, go ahead.
and,
Yeah.
Okay. So after they found all the bodies, they uncovered the bodies at the residential schools. The Catholics of Canada set up an apology tour with the Pope coming to Canada, and they toured Canada because they heard that the native boys here were very thirsty. It's a twin.
Oh, I got the joke.
Yeah. Because
I got it. They are no clean drinking water.
So when
priests
you say-
touch kids. I got the joke.
yeah.
So, yeah. When you're when you're saying this,
You know what? There need to be consequences. That's what it is. We have no authority. Here's the consequence. Friday, I'm unplugging your camera. You won't have a camera on you. You'll have to figure out how to be a retard without it. I think that was the biggest mistake he ever made, giving you a camera.
Whether he has a camera or not, that would still happen.
Yeah, but sometimes we're in a deep thought and he has an intrusive thought. a deep conversation,
And
and
he
he just
switches
cuts
to
to himself like,
Oh no, actually, this was the first time I cut to myself this whole episode. Second, sorry, I cut in the
Yeah,
beginning.
you were too busy.
you're
with
too busy
banners.
doing the lower thirds. You left everything on the main cam for like 28 minutes of a 1.5 hour show so that you could build quite possibly the ugliest. I mean, the part that you didn't build, the template, nice. The part that you did, the letters were too big. They were a strange font. The color didn't work. The assault on the senses.
I don't know how to use Photoshop.
I know. I'm
Also,
well
I
aware.
don't have a computer powerful enough to run all these things, so I can't learn. No, dude, I open up Gmail and I have to wait.
Stop. Fuck. So, anyways, there's so many porn jokes there, but I'm not gonna make them.
No, but actually, porno sites now are the most secure. You know which are the most dangerous for your
Average
computer?
sites.
No, I appreciate that. Religious websites. They
I
are
can
the
see that.
least secured websites actually that you can visit for viruses.
I believe that because they know that the
Fun
people who are
fact of the
actually
day.
visiting a website for religion are the kind of people that be like, "Ooh, I want a free tabletop, tick or whatever."
It must be a sign
yeah.
from God. Look at that.
Yeah.
Honey, it says I have a free desktop. They're giving out tables. Click, click, click.
There's a huge question that Canadians are wondering about their prime minister.
Oh, Jorge Rosales dropped $2 dues in the
Thank
chat.
you,
Sorry to
sir.
interrupt, George. He writes, and I
Don't encourage him.
repeat, one of the best produced morning shows ever.
I
Jorge?
agree.
I'm gonna make my own morning show
Jorge and George.
with
I
blackjack
agree.
and strippers.
I
Fuck the morning show.
I'm
Let's
in.
just go to the casino.
I'm in. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, back to our Justin
He's
Trudeau.
good at sarcasm.
I know.
Back to Justin Trudeau. If you guys remember, a couple months ago, I told you that the German Chancellor was in Canada looking for alternate ways of getting energy to Europe, and he came to Canada seeking, natural gas.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau told him, "No, thank you. If you're
offered him some
interested,
natural
we
ass.
want to develop green hydrogen." And the guy's like, "Well, okay, we'll think about it." And he went to Mexico and he signed a huge fucking deal with Mexico.
We have natural gas, correct?
Yeah,
Tons of
of
it.
course, we have liquefied natural gas, even in Quebec, out west as well. But Justin Trudeau is just blocking all that development. And recently, there was a meeting with Japan. Japan came to Canada. Japan is the second largest importer of natural gas. And not most of it, I think over 10% of it comes from Russia. Obviously, with everything happening in Russia,
Suspicious.
they want to eliminate that.
How would we get gas to them? Is there a pipeline across the Pacific?
I think you can carry it by.
Yeah, you put it in those giant
Yeah,
ships.
you can send it over on I don't even know what containers or whatever. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems inefficient and expensive.
No, it's in barrels. You put it in barrels and then they refine it over there. They have their own refineries.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not a pro, but you could.
Alright.
Yeah, we sell them the crude oil and then once it gets there, they refine it.
So
Not oil, it's natural gas.
it's natural gas, but liquified natural gas. I'm
Oh,
not
I
sure
don't-
exactly.
I don't really know how
Yeah,
it
I don't know
works, yeah.
exactly how it works, but you could export that. So Japan came here thinking that look, Canada has could be a leader in this. Let's do something. And again, Justin Trudeau closes the
He
door.
said, no, thank you. Are you telling me the Japanese came here and they're like, we give you money?
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
I don't know about that
I don't
accent,
want
and I'm
that.
not sure what you were trying to do there.
Give it money, dude.
That's because they said yen.
Samurai dollars.
They said yen. He was confused. He didn't know what they
Is
were talking
Japan's
about.
currency yen also?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
The Japanese yen?
The Japanese
All
yen.
Asian currency is yen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And yet, when I call them all Chinese, they're offended.
Japan, an island,
You
Phil.
guys didn't appreciate that.
Japan, an island, Phil. I know Japan, an island. Mark E.
You guys
Why
did-
you say Japan, an island?
Yeah, I don't get that one either.
Japan, an island, for sure. But we can't build a pipeline to an island.
It's not a pipeline, I think.
No, I think that's what he's saying. Like, how could they have a pipeline?
No.
Of
It's
course you can
it's
do.
not.
Like, I
underwater-
mean, obviously, from Canada to Japan, there won't be a pipeline. But
I don't know. Pipelines run across the Atlantic.
where?
Yeah, of course. We have underwater pipelines.
Oh, the only
Don't we?
pipeline I
Maybe
know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe
I
shorter
assume they
distances.
did. Maybe shorter. Yeah, it is a lot. That's why I was asking. I'm like, it's fucking far.
Like I know there's pipelines across the Black Sea.
The only pipeline I know is that the pipeline that lady officer set up.
Which color button starts the music that you do after? Yeah, do it. All right, that's enough for the fucking morning show. My name is Phil Balabanos. I'm a serious filmmaker of commercials and stuff. You can check out my website, balabanos.com. I also have great t-shirts and merch that you can buy on my website, balabanos.com. That's George. He has podcasts. Sometimes he does them. Sometimes he
There's
fucking
a new
doesn't.
episode this week.
Patreon.com/Pantelis, where you can support that. Indirectly.
Excuse of a
But there is a lot of other good stuff on the channel. You will be hard pressed to find content that doesn't include this
Monstrosity.
misanthrope.
Monstrosity.
Whatever. I mean, support it if it makes you laugh. Remember, if you're laughing at him or with him, makes no difference. He doesn't understand the difference. I am Poseidon.com. Panteliscomedy.com, where you can get tour dates and buy stuff and cool things and all that stuff. And we will see you on Friday. I think this was episode 197. Is that correct?
I think so. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 197.
Eric, can you confirm? Too late. Goodbye.
Oh, we're done. Oh, hold on.